Okay. All right, guys. Okay, so last time we talked about the prefrontal cortex. Okay, do you guys remember talking about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Who can give me an example of what our prefrontal cortex kind of does for us?
It helps us focus, and also it helps with decision making.
Yes. Good job. Excellent, excellent. And we talked about the prefrontal cortex and how it might apply to us at school, right? So how might that apply to us at school?
Focusing on our work.
Okay, David?
Deciding which question to do first on an assignment.
Yeah, exactly. Good job. Control?
It helps us decide to think or to think.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so today we're going to focus on dopamine in the brain, okay? So dopamine, okay, it helps us,
It's like a reward function for our brain.
kind of, yes. So dopamine helps us with motivation and reward, okay? So let's write dopamine up here first so we can, can't think of okay, all right, dopamine. Okay. Dopamine is a chemical in our brain, okay? And it helps us with motivation and reward, okay? So why your brain might actually like learning, right? Have you ever actually found yourself really enjoying doing something, really enjoying learning something or doing something? Like, for example, today, earlier, when a few of you guys were working on this, right? Putting this 3D puzzle together, okay? Were you enjoying that, Bo?
Yes.
Yes. Were you learning?
Yes.
Okay. Did you feel motivated to finish the puzzle?
I still am.
And it's not finished yet, right? And you still feel motivated to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what made you feel that way was dopamine. Okay?
Of getting every single piece connected in the right way.
Yes. Dopamine is definitely something that impacts you and makes you want to either continue doing something or stop doing something, right? Because dopamine works both ways. So if you're not feeling motivated to do something, then what do you think we're feeling?
A lack of dopamine.
A lack of dopamine, and you just don't want to do it, right? Okay, so let's come up with some examples, okay, about when we're using dopamine and when we're not using dopamine. So one example we just kind of did with the 3D puzzle, right? Bo felt motivated to get this puzzle done, so he kept wanting to work on it. Can somebody give me another example of how dopamine might not be active?
For me personally, whenever I'm in there playing the drums or when I play the drums in general, or if I play the keyboard, I sometimes get like a motivation and it makes me not want to do it, but I keep going anyway. So
Okay.
myself.
It makes you want to, you just want to quit? And what usually makes you want to quit?
Whenever I mess up.
When you mess up, right? So a lot of times that's common with dopamine. That's literally like a chemical reaction that your brain is doing, right? So once again, I know I say this a lot, the more we learn about our brain and how it functions, the more we learn about ourselves, right? So if we realize that dopamine is a chemical reaction that's happening in our brain, right? And we realize that something is difficult or hard, a lot of time our dopamine becomes non-active. And then we just want to quit and we want to give up. Okay? So it's a good thing to remind yourself, like Control said, he doesn't give up, he doesn't quit, he just keeps going.
Push yourself going further, but not too far. Not too far where you can start getting stressed out.
Yeah, exactly. What are some other examples of when dopamine might be active or non-active? Jesse, do you got any ideas of when dopamine might be active or not active? Is there certain times that you feel motivated or like something that you really enjoy doing? What is that? What is something you really enjoy doing? Coloring? I see you color sometimes. Playing cards. That's a good one. Do you feel motivated kind of to do those sometimes? Feels fun? And it makes you want to do it more and more? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Anyone else? David, can you give me an example of when dopamine is not active?
Dopamine isn't active for me personally when, well, sometimes it's not active for me personally when I'm learning about some things I've already learned.
Okay.
That is the same with me.
Okay, so what is that? Think of what that word is. What is that word? What were you probably feeling?
Boredom.
Boredom. Yes. So a lot of times when you're bored, your dopamine is not active, right? It's not functioning. It's not kicking and giving you that motivation, giving you that drive, right? Okay, good. Okay, so dopamine then is what makes learning fun and feel rewarding and motivating. Okay? Okay, Mary, if you want to pass out, I'm gonna pass out a vocabulary card to each of you guys, okay? It's got dopamine on there, okay? And we're gonna pass out a sorting, okay? Everybody, I want you to take time and I want you to sort it into either active or not active, okay?
Right?
Yep, one each. So active or not active. Take time, sort it, okay? And then I want you to turn to your peers, someone who's beside you, behind you, next to you, and talk about why you think the categories fit. So why you think these scenarios are active versus why you think these scenarios are not active. So take time, separate them first, and then talk with a peer about why you made the choices that you made. Trinity, why don't you come over and share with Brendan why you made the choices you made, and he can share with you. Come sit over here for a minute, or here. Bring your papers. Right? That's the one you separate, the one you separate. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
What do you think about which one? What about this one? You feel bored and stop trying. You think your dopamine is not active. Yeah, you're right. So we can put that over here. Right? What about this one?
So you make two.
Yep.
One where you think your dopamine is
Yep.
working, and one where it's not.
What'd you pick,
It's
David?
working because you want to understand.
Which ones are not active, do you think?
Yes.
It's not active.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay. understand something new, yes.
Yes.
You enjoy learning something interesting, and you feel proud after completing the project, yes. You feel bored and stop trying. You give up because work feels too hard. Yep, I agree. I think you're right. All right, who wants to give me an example of a non-active strip? Someone, Brendan, go ahead.
Give up because you feel like work is too hard.
Yes, good.
You get bored and you stop trying.
That's a good one. Yes, that is definitely not active, right? Okay, what about Bo? You want to give me an active one?
Or you feel proud after completing a project.
All right, nice. Crandall, you want to give me an active one? Okay, all right, good. Okay, so I feel like we're getting that. We are paying attention. Let's go over it one more time. Make sure we're knowing the difference between active and non-active. You got your dry erase boards, okay? So active or not active. All right, and then after that, I want to talk about how we can increase our motivations. Ways that we can increase that, right?
Yes, good job. So that's the last question. So you just put if it's active or not active.
Okay, dopamine and motivation, right? Why your brain actually likes learning sometimes, even in school, right? But that's true, right? It isn't all the time true, right? That's why it's important for you guys to really understand this. Because there's going to be some times where you don't feel like learning and you don't feel like doing something, right? You have to ask yourself why. And this could be why, right? So dopamine is a brain chemical, right? It makes you feel motivated, rewarded, and proud when you accomplish something. Okay? It's your brain's way of saying, nice job, right? And do that again. Okay? Which is something I definitely want to talk about. I think it's like the last slide. I think it's something that we tend to a lot of us do, especially you guys, I know. I even find myself doing it. Okay. Active or not active? All right, you finally finish a long assignment right before the deadline. You lean back and think, okay, that actually feels good. Active or not active? Yes, 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 active, active. Good job. Why do you think it's active, David?
Because you feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And if it's not active, typically there's not feelings of good attached, right? When you're feeling bored or unmotivated, it's usually a negative feeling, okay? You study for a test, and when the grade comes back, it's way better than you expected. You think that studying actually worked. Yes, active, active, yes, okay, good. Why do you think it's active, Bo?
Because dopamine from completing something.
Yeah, dopamine from completing something. You feel proud, right? You got a good grade, it was higher than you thought, so your hard work paid off, right? And that gives you like a dopamine rush, right? Have you ever like seen a big mess, for me, if I see like a pile of like dirty dishes, and then I go like clean all the dishes and organize them, and they're all clean and organized, just looking at that gives me like a dopamine rush, right? And I'm just like, ah, yes, right? Okay. You keep trying to math problem that was confusing and suddenly it clicks. You say, oh, I get it now. Active, active, active. Yes, active. Okay, good. open up an assignment, look at it for 10 seconds, and immediately say, nope, I'm not doing this. Yes, yes, no dealio, I like it. No
Oh, that's
dealio, no
that's
wheel,
from
no
Exploding-
seatbelt.
That's from Exploding Kittens.
Oh, is it? Okay. I just thought it was funny looking, so that's
Isn't
what I
that from
figured.
Exploding Kittens?
I think so.
How many times has this happened to you though in real life? Not just with work, but like anything, like at home or, I know with the new program that they installed here, I literally I just open it and then I just automatically close it and walk away. Because I was like, no, I can't do it. I'm overwhelmed. You finish a project and your teacher says that's really good work. Your brain says, let's go. Active, active, yes, active. Why do you think it's active? Brando, why do you think it's active?
You're getting little freeze because you did a good job.
Yes, and that's gonna activate that dopamine, right? And make you wanna keep on doing those good things, right? All right, you spend 3 hours watching TikTok or YouTube instead of doing homework, okay?
I mean,
Your brain
technically,
keeps saying
this is
one
a trick
more
question.
video.
This is a trick question.
Okay,
Because you're getting dopamine from the video,
Yeah.
but you're not getting dopamine from work.
true, true.
So technically, it's an in-between.
It is kind of an in-between, but what makes us say just one more?
Dopamine.
Dopamine, right? Yes, so that's the difference. What's making us say just one more, right? Dopamine. Now, this is really important because if you think about when we're scrolling through TikTok, right? It's like every scroll is a new video and it's a new hit of dopamine. So you're basically like, ooh, dopamine, ooh, dopamine, ooh, dopamine, ooh, dopamine, ooh, dopamine. Ooh, piece of cake, right, yeah, whatever.
Candy.
Piece of candy, right, whatever it is that you like, right? It's like, ooh, you're getting all that stimulation. But what do you think happens when now you shut that down?
You get over it.
More dopamine.
No more dopamine. And what happens when you're used to getting something and now it's gone?
You get withdrawal.
Exactly. You get withdrawals, right? And who feels kind of sad or depressed or unmotivated when they don't have their phone?
Or anything on to.
I don't.
Okay.
That's me all the time though.
Right, because a lot of us, right, our phone now is like associated with dopamine hits, right? We're just like, ooh, I got a text from my boyfriend, dopamine hit, right? Like, oh, look at this cute cat video, dopamine hit, right? Let me play this game really quick. Oh, I got to a new level, dopamine hit, right? And then someone says, oh, but now I'm gonna take that phone away. That's like taking my dopamine away, right? So I'm like, I need dopamine, right? I feel so depressed, feel so sad without it, right? That's why it's really important to kind of figure out different ways that we can get that dopamine fix, right? What are some good ways that we can get dopamine fixes other than our cell phones?
Legos.
Legos, that's a great one. Yes. What is it?
Meditating.
Meditating, ooh, that's a good one. Yes, meditating, for sure. Exercise, good job, JJ, yes. Exercise is a great, fast way to get dopamine. And usually it's a quick fix too, by the way. Have you ever been like stressed out or upset and someone tells you like, go take a quick jog or like do some sit-ups or push-ups? That's why, because a lot of times that will give you that dopamine hit. Because you did something, even though it was hard, it feels good in the end, right? Okay, good. What can we do when we don't feel motivated and we don't want to do stuff? What is some things that we can do? How do you, when you want to quit playing the drums, what makes you keep going? Push yourself. Why are you pushing yourself though?
Because I'm determined and I'm not gonna quit.
You're determined because you want to get better at playing the drums, right? You want to be the best drummer that there is, right? Like Travis Scott, right? Isn't he a really good drummer? Or is that the wrong guy? Not Travis Scott. Wait, Travis Barkley. Is that right? Barker. That's it. Travis Barker. Got it. Winner. You're the winner.
Man, it took you 3 tries.
He is the. Listen. Do you know who Travis Barker is though? He's the famous drummer for Blink-182. Okay. I do know what I'm talking about. I just didn't know the name. He's a really good drummer though. Famous drummer for Blink-182. But you want to be great. You want to be the best. So you keep pushing yourself because you know that there's something at the end that you're working toward, right? Yeah. What else? What else can push you to like get something done if you don't feel like it? What helps you, Bo? You should think of this. Think about in class when you're having a really hard time and you don't feel like getting work done. What might we? Pepsi. Okay. So rewarding yourself with a Pepsi. Saying like, if I get through these many assignments, then I get a nice cold Pepsi. Right? That is a way to motivate you, right? Because the dopamine comes because you want that Pepsi. So then your dopamine is going off and it therefore makes you want to work. Okay? Okay. All right. So take a few minutes here. Turn to the person next to you. Okay? Use this sentence frame. Okay? The dopamine is active when, and fill in the blank. You can just say it out loud. You can write it. Yes, Control, you can write it good on your board if you'd like. Or the dopamine is not active when. So it could be, for me, the dopamine is not, active when, I have to work out. Say that. That's when I feel the most unmotivated, don't want to do it, right? Versus the dopamine is active when I just finished taking my state license test, right? Okay. While you guys are writing those down, Mary's gonna come and hand out an exit ticket for you guys. Okay? You're gonna fill in this sentence frame. So the dopamine is active when. The dopamine is not active when. Okay? And then you can either verbally share or you can write it and hold it up for me, whatever you'd like to do. Ah, yes. That's a good one. That's a good one. Can I share yours, David, out loud? David said the dopamine is not active when he has to clean his room. Okay. Bo simplified it. His dopamine is active when he's rewarded. It's not active when he's not rewarded. Okay? He took it down, simple down. That's fine. There you go. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. Control, I get that. That's good though that you're recognizing that kind of stuff. You know what I mean about yourself. All right, take a few minutes, fill out your exit ticket, okay? And then if you could just turn those in on my desk. Okay, good job, guys.